Oh my goodness. Session 43. What level are we now? 8?
Nine.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought 9. Yeah, 9.
Are we 9? Good Lord. Well, that level 10's far off.
Yep.
Way off into the future.
Yeah, you've told us that.
Well, 8 and 9 came almost back to back. It was
Yeah, like literally back to
I
back
know,
episodes.
right?
More or less.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It was kind of fun closing out a chapter, too. Closing out which I consider that closing out chapter 1. So I've written 7 chapters. So we'll see how those go.
The look on Sally's face was like, 6 more chances to die.
No, much more than 6. But I was just going to say, how far off are we? Figuring this out.
I get the feeling that every time Karina gets wakes up from a long rest, she's like, one more chance to go out there and die.
Every time she's like, I'm the most powerful warlock in the world, and immediately dies. It's like embarrassing at this point.
With no constitution. You are the most powerful warlock in the world.
I do have to admit, I mean, I was surprised that your con was so low until recently. So I was like, that's pretty ballsy, making the con stat a bit of a dump stat. I thought that was pretty unique.
I was like, that's not exciting. I want something flashy.
Yeah, that's a very Sam Regal build for sure, if you ask me. So where we last left off, the team had concluded their 2-month time dilation of, was it 2 months or 2 weeks?
2 months.
2 months, yeah.
2 months.
Because I recently had another group do another time dilation as well, and theirs was 2 weeks, which is why I got it confused. After a 2-month time dilation, a new shop was opened up where Professor Jabotros Forn and Jabotros's husband is kind of in the mix now as what's your flamingo husband's name again?
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo, yes, Giancarlo, who are now opening up a bookstore / cafe / bounty hunter shop within the Lucent Spire after taking over the empty space of the oil pot.
We're the face of it, and
Forn is
illegal shit on the lower floor.
Yeah, the secret basement.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
Exactly.
We begin to learn
badges.
We begin to learn more about Karina Prime. Melody's sister has returned to the city, dealing with her partner, and Melody's sister now a few months pregnant. Eritrea has gained possession of Scanlan's bag, but the team were beginning to focus on the potential future of Jamansa Ord, the new houses that have come into existence under the influence of Jamansa Ord, as well as the hope that maybe within a year's time, free council elections will be held, and Jrusar and Ankarel will head into a new form of unification. However, Spike and the Iron Collective are still very reticent on the mind of the group, as well as the realization that Karina Prime may have a direct link with an Archfey presence, whether manifested or spiritual. We're still not entirely sure about that. We know that Crimp had built the fleet for the Iron Collective, and we expect the Iron Collective to resurface in a place outside of the outskirts of Bassaris, known as Dead Man's Crater, once the fleet has finished servicing itself and is expected to yet again continue the hunt for those that are responsible for the destruction and the death of the Feywild, as well as picking up on those that are, how should we say, friends to the Humies, even though they're actual Fey creatures, as the diaspora between Fey and all other kind of humanoid creatures seem to be playing out in the open at this point. However, as the team were meeting again to get each other caught up on all the activity that had been taking place, They met in the Speakeasy, where they were met with a new enemy that has reared its face. This organization known as the Firekeepers, an ancient order of guild affiliated assassins that are known to operate out of the Hellcatch Valley. Once again, possibly pointing to a connection to King's Fall, as well as those powers that might be in Bassaras as well. Meanwhile, the team, after defeating the assassins, recovered, but unfortunately, the Speakeasy now lies in a bit of ruin and damage, as repairs have already begun even as early as that evening, as both Darwin and Meathead begin to lead the operation of cleaning up the Speakeasy to get things underway. With that, where we last left off, you guys are now awakening from your long rest. So you can go ahead and click off a long rest. It's early morning in the Fate Walk Bridge and the Core Spire. The streets are busy once again now that the Lord Callion is no longer the marshal. Things in the city have begun to kind of normalize and quiet down. And it is the beginning of day 2 since the time... See, shall we call it the beginning of day 2 since the restoration of the Council of Jrusar and Jamansa Ord's ascendancy? What would you guys like to do?
Kurt, did you build that dagger in D&D Beyond? I think you did.
I think so.
Okay. What was it called?
Double-checking. That's what I'm double checking real quick. I thought I did and added it. Maybe not. It was. Hang on.
Did you forget?
Pretty sure no, because I was doing it at the end of the last Poison Strike. That's what it is.
Poison
The dagger of Poison Strike. Yeah.
Okay.
I built it. I had problems with it because I built it off a dagger of venom. Because it's almost the dagger of venom, but it's
pretty
a little bit
close.
different stats. Yeah. So yeah, dagger of Poison Strike is what it's called.
Cool. Got it.
Yep.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Yay.
Do we still want to go to the Bright Queen, or do we feel like our priorities have changed?
After the attack from the Firekeepers, and I think we learned that they targeted Jamansa Ord before, I kind of feel like we need to talk to them first. Like, we could still go check on the Bright Queen, but they're obviously not after Jamansa Ord anymore. So how did that happen? So we can do it.
So let's get started with them and see if we can also understand why they were specifically targeting Melody.
And freaked out when they downed you.
I assume they just thought that they accidentally killed somebody from the Iron Collective.
Or
But-
from the cadre of changelings operating out of King's Fall.
Yeah.
Because although the Iron Collective is its own entity, as far as you know, the changelings operating out of King's Fall is also its own decentralized kind of entity as well.
Can I do a wisdom check based on, or insight check based on my experience in King's Fall during the time dilation to see if, I may have heard about this group or something connected to that group out of King's
Sure.
Fall?
Go for it. Yeah, you can give me insight on that.
And I know I get a bunch of advantages relating to King's Fall. Can that be one of them?
Yeah, it can have an advantage because it's direct reference to your connections and information that you learned about King's Fall. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. So 23 is the number.
3. There actually, it's the lack of information that you got about these this organization. There was never really any mention or any learned knowledge about the Firekeepers. That's how either rare or how long they've been out of sight and not heard from for a very long time. There's always the one thing that's definitely unique about the Hellcatch Valley. There's always organizations that use the vastness of the Hellcatch Valley, and then of course the vast emptiness of the Rumadan Desert as a means to hide out, find areas of, whether it's all the way out in the Ashenador or the Panagrip. It's very easy for a very small, tight-knit group to get lost in the vastness that is Marquet. But probably the most interesting thing is you don't recall any mention of the Firekeepers while you were in King's Fall.
Interesting. And concerning. I relay that to everyone.
Perhaps we can go check in with Jamon Sa'ord. If they had a bounty on them before, they may perhaps know the way to get your name off the list, so to speak. Or
Do
at
we
least know
direct
former
them?
residences. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, do they have one of your tokens?
Yeah. So I can let them know that we need to meet. I think I talked to them last time that we were attacked by the Firekeepers after the battle.
Yeah, somebody had sent a message, I think.
Yeah, so the guard, the Hand of Ward guard that showed up with the Wardens was gonna do it, and I was like, I already let them know.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah. So I'll flash my eyes and request an audience with them today. We'll be brief, but we would like to get what information they might have of at least historic information about them, so we can go hunt some Firekeepers.
Hell yeah.
Jamon they are capable of sending. So with a matter of moments after getting your message, please come to the Chandei Quorum Tower, the new council chamber that has been built over the last 2 months. We can meet there.
Right. So she said meet her at the council chamber, the new council chamber, and she'll have some information for us. We might send someone ahead to see if they can't ready our skiff if we need to go out to Hellcatch. If I recall, the skiff is it's not for huge travel, but it could get us to the borderlands.
The
to
skip
the
is
edge of the wild.
designed for day trips. Hellcatch Valley, the just to get to the borders of Hellcatch Valley would take 3 to 5 days through normal airship travel, or 2 to 3 weeks through land travel. To reach Bassaris would be 2 weeks by airship. To reach Ankarel is 4 or 5 weeks by airship. Marquet it's pretty massive. It's spread out. It's quite large.
Okay. I was
And
thinking
the skiff is a very popular. It's designed to hold up to 6 to 8 people. Has a very small cargo. It's almost like. Do you remember in Return of the Jedi when they're getting thrown into the Sarlacc pit?
Yeah, Jabba's pleasure palace.
Not his pleasure palace, but the little skiffs kind of buzzing around it. That's kind of the size of the skiffs, the skiff that Professor Jabba, or was it a Traumaton at the time, stole it, or was it Jabbatras?
Trauma stole it.
Yeah, the one that Trauma stole. Yeah, back in the day.
Trauma is going to come back in a big way in this story. I just
We're gonna find his memory core and attach it to the skiff. We're gonna find his memory core and put it in binder.
I don't know if I want that to happen.
But I was thinking when we got it that it would get us to the edge, not into Hellcatch, but get us to the edge of Hellcatch. It had that travel distance or something like that when we had picked it up.
No, definitely not that robust.
Okay.
Yeah, but we should definitely try and go to the Bright Queen before we go there so we can grill Regina a little bit and also find out more about the Bright Queen's history with Spike.
Yep.
course, now getting to the Bright Queen would definitely require teleportation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we were going to use the teleportation circle.
And I have the spell teleportation circle, which might not work, but if it doesn't work, it would also be kind of funny.
Depending on what the extra after effects are. Yeah. Could be funny. Could be deadly. Could be funny.
So I actually posted a thing in the Discord a minute ago. Having only played him the one time, I kind of forgot it was one of the bits of starting equipment Giancarlo has. He has no, none of us are wizards, right?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Closest one is Karina.
Yeah, because he came prepared with the Atlas of Endless Horizons. So if we could find a trustworthy wizard, it contains Arcane Gate, Dimension Door, Gate, Misty Set, Plane Shift, and Teleportation Circle. Because the whole idea was getting the professor back, but he's a rogue. He can't use it. It's just something that he was going to use when he figure out when he got here, basically.
I think we were also going to go check out the before
Yeah,
the
we were going
attack.
to check out
We were
location.
gonna check out the I forgot the name of the place now. It was called
It's in my notes right there.
Heartmoor Hamlet,
Yeah, that's right.
or somewhere out in the Heartmoor. Yeah.
And sorry, my note tab is like right below where my light is. I know I'm not on camera right now, but it's so I can't actually navigate to that tab. Yeah, it's great.
Well, should we go see Jamansa Ord and then the Heartmoor Hamlet thing and then the Bright Queen? Depending on what we
Sounds
hear.
good.
All right.
Would the skiff be able to make it to the Heartmoor?
Yes, that's exactly the extent of its traveling ability would be to, because getting to the Heartmoor would take maybe a day there, a day back, or, so like for the most part, if you wanted to travel with anywhere that's like a day or two within where Jrusar is, but as soon as you get near Gujar Sarai or the Troll Ferry or Avishi, it can't quite get over those more pronounced mountain ranges that are so massive, but it's the perfect skiff for following kind of like all the river and jungle routes that will take you like directly into the Heartmoor, can take you up to the Gorodire, can take you up to the Furton Tunnel, down into the Spectremus Bay, depending on whether you take the river routes into the Odoran River. It's just not designed to travel what you would, deem like a great elevation or great heights to get over the more difficult spaces and ranges that the larger airships would be more applicable for.
Being hashtag problematic.
Okay.
Was the toxic lesbian being hashtag problematic?
A little bit. Okay. For the
I'm stealing that hashtag problematic. I'm stealing that.
just for reference, my cat Radar, she likes everybody, but she really likes our female friends. Like, so yeah, she's a hashtag problematic lesbian.
I love it.
One drink and she's all over.
Problematic because
just that little bit of catnip and it's done.
Yeah.
All done.
well, she yells at us because she'll see Charlie or somebody else get picked up and cuddled, and she's like, "I want that." And it's like, "No, you don't. You hate being picked up." So she yell at us until we do it, and they get mad at us.
It's passive jealousy, passive aggressive jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby.
So with that, you guys gather up your kit and gather up all your gear and head towards the Fate Walk Bridge and make your way over to the gondola that will take you up to the very top of the core spire. As you journey through this part of the Fate Walk Bridge, through this part of the core spire, making your way to the gondola, you already pick up on the, once again, it's been 2 months. The change in the city is visceral. You see fewer wardens walking about. And you tend to see more of the hands of Ord walking about. You also begin to see that a lot of the shops that line the Fate Walk Bridge are being replaced with shops that seem to have direct connections with Ank'Harel. So a lot more exotics and a lot more interesting Central Marquesian, Eastern, and Southern Marquesian kind of objects are beginning to appear more in the markets. Some of the cafes that are opening up take on a very different vibe than the traditional Jrusarian or cafes. In Ank'Harel, everything is built out in open spaces because of how hot the Ramadan desert is. So you're kind of seeing this more traditional, method of open air cafes, open air inns that are kind of just spilling out onto the walkway and into the Fate Walk Bridge area, and kind of nestled into spaces that used to be empty or void or vacant. You're beginning to see travelers from the deep, dark, kind of southern regions of the Ashnador and the Panegrim sands. And you're seeing more nomadic travelers arrive. The flagship, Jamansa Ord's flagship, has long since returned to Ank'Harel. And mostly now what you're seeing up in the Airy Spire are the Eastern nomadic ships that are bringing in the Far East, Far Northeast, and desert trade or mercantile items and objects that are beginning to kind of be exposed to those that dwell within the Odorland Wilds and within Jrusar itself. The houses that once used to control the criminal kind of underpinnings of Jrusar have kind of faded into the background. And it's been, it's been 2 months since you've heard from the leader of the Ivory Syndicate. He has not made any additional forays or attempts to reach out to the Prancing Centaur with any. It's almost as if he's just simply dropped off the face of the earth. While there are still some underpinnings of criminal activity, it's become a lot less present, a lot less on the minds of the people of Jrusar. You're also beginning to see the occasional airship come in from either Vasselheim, Amman, and some of the other larger capitals of either the Dundalian Empire, the Menagerie Coast, as a kind of normalization and a sense of trust has kind of taken over the kind of international acceptance of Jamansa Ord now kind of being the person in charge of Jrusar and establishing a connection with Ank'Harel and using that influence to convince people to travel once again to Marquet. Plus, the different temples of Vasselheim have become very interested in studying what has happened to the Dawnfather's temple in Jrusar, with the containment of Father Atrium's demonic attempt at ascension, or opening the gateway to these creatures associated with something called Legion, and whatever he was trying to accomplish never came true. So Jrusar bustles now. It's considered to be the travel season for Jrusar, as winter, the beginnings of fall and the edges of winter in the horizon kind of gets rid of the humidity in the Odorland Wilds. The ambient temperature becomes far more pleasant. And while in some places it's cold, in other, especially up in Isra of Vasselheim, a lot of people from Isra and Vasselheim will travel to Jrusar now that it's kind of a trusted place to travel to. With the fame of Jamansa Ord connected with the fame of Vox Machina and some of the other adventuring organizations that over the many decades has helped stabilize and keep Exandria safe from the creatures, things, beasts, or ne'er-do-wells that have always tried to do harm to Exandria. it feels like this new era that everyone is calling the era of restoration is kind of taking on a visible transformation. This idea of the concerns about divinity fading into the background, the idea of the celestial gate kind of losing traction in the minds of the average person, the acceptance of nature, the acceptance of the natural order of Exandria, the kind of a sudden rebirth in the arcane world, as well as divinity is slowly on a sliding scale of mistrust and concern since the apogee solstice, the fight with the nefarious elven wizard, and the near resurgence of the what's been called in some circles as the destroyer of gods, depending on who you talk to. And as divinity fades into a somewhat backslide, there's a sense that people are beginning to turn their mind to the natural world. And you can kind of see it playing out here, because the Wild Mother's Temple has not only established itself here, but it's flourishing here. Its order is deep in the core spire. Those of you are actually friends with the now rumored high bearer, Akim, who is now the high bearer of the temple, and has taken on the order, the Luxodon order of the Great Mother, and is now kind of continuing to spread the idea of nature and the Wild Mother and how important that is. Expanding out into the Hellcatch, expanding out into the Rumadan, north, south, and east, as far as the Panagrip Sands. Although the Panagrip is a hostile environment, a difficult place to establish any kind of connection unless you're someone in the trades or someone who hunts the great thunder lizards that roam that particular area of Marquet. But this is all on your mind because you're moving through the city. You're moving through the crowds and seeing this after 2 months of focusing on your friends, your family, yourselves, and kind of establishing the Prancing Centaur and emboldening the relationships that are being made between the new households within the Chandei Quorum. This is all very visible to you now. As you reach the gondola, it takes you all the way up to the highest point of the core spire. Before long, what was once a building dedicated to the auction house of the Greymakers, it has now been subjugated or taken over by Jaman Saord. Rather than build a new council structure from new, over the course of the last 2 months, they have commissioned a remaking of the Greymakers auction house. It's a massive structure, sits up on a great cliffside that stares down into all the different spires, with the exception of the Airy Spire, which is slightly taller than the core spire, but a very kind of like eager way to kind of build something that everybody else can see, a sense of reliance and responsibility kind of overwhelming the population of Jrusar. You find yourselves walking up the long, familiar pathway towards the front of the auction house, which has now been remade, and the construction continues. Scaffolding is everywhere. The Smolder Spire is nearly rebuilt from its damage it took many months ago. The Airy Spire is close to being reconstructed as well from the damage done by the Iron Collective ship that mysteriously burst into flames. While the Chandei Quorum's council chambers has been completely cleared out, and instead of rebuilding there, they have simply built a park in memoriam, a kind of a massive place for people to gather and share stories and meet in this park to discuss the changes or the beginning notions of the Age of Restoration, this idea that things are changing, and both Ank'Harel and Jrusar seem to be at the very center of this change. As you're led up into the entrance chamber and then down the long, freshly built hallways, out towards a set of stairs that take you up to a new tower that's been kind of built near the back end of the structure of the Greymaker's auction house. This tower goes about 30 feet up into the air, and it's this massive kind of like veranda that encircles the edge of the tower. This being the new council chambers that Jrusar Ord has built, so that when everybody is here, they can see how important Jrusar is and see how important that the caretaking of Jrusar is to Jrusar Ord. You guys enter into the quorum chamber. One of the lieutenants of the Hand of Ord kind of guides you out onto the massive veranda that overlooks this amazing landscape of all the spires around you. And leaning kind of on hands and elbow, looking down into all the busyness of Jrusar, Jrusar Ord just lingers there on the edge of the veranda. Well, what do you all think of our new council chambers?
They're nice.
It's beautiful.
A lot of open places that someone could take a shot.
Yes, Fawn, always the paranoid. Always the paranoid. I understand your concern. Now, you all needed a word with me. I got a note from one of my Ord people that your speakeasy had a bit of a problem last night.
We were attacked, and the group was named as the Firekeepers.
Yes. A group that I am unfortunately very familiar with, of course.
Hence why we came to you for advice. Your Hand of Ord advisor who was there suggested perhaps you had had a contract on you in the past, but somehow that contract was able to be voided.
Yes. The only reason it was voided was because the person who put that contract out on me was killed by Percy DeRollo many, many years ago.
So you're saying if we can kill whoever put the contract out on us, we're safe?
My understanding of the Firekeepers, that's how their creed works, of course. I was never ever to really able to figure out who this organization represented or where they resided or how they were formed. And this was after many, many years of me being quite on the run while helping Vox Machina find their way back to Vasselheim and eventually defeat Vecna. It was Percy DeRollo's killing of the professor that had finally freed me from this contract.
Huh.
Is there anybody that would have... Do you have a sense of how the professor got hold of them?
I do not have no way of knowing. She has been dead for a very long time.
Anybody that knew her? Any location that she was working out of?
They, too, have all been dead for a very long time. They worked directly with the Briarwoods in an effort to undermine and take over Whitestone. I don't know much more than that. I know Percy made a personal effort to make some inquiries before his retirement in Whitestone and unfortunately his eventual passing of natural causes. But I am unsure in regards to what he would have discovered. I would imagine a trip to Whitestone could possibly reveal something to you, but that's pretty far.
Any dead bodies left to interrogate?
Not to my knowledge. The bodies involved were not the nicest of people.
We do
Are you
know.
just hungry? Is that all it is? You're hungry again?
Please, I have standards. I wouldn't need a body that's older than 3 days. I like them fresh.
A whole
do
new
know
meaning
who
to
put the-
let me pick your brains. Go ahead,
We do
Melody.
know who put the hit out, so I mean, maybe we can't find the firekeepers, but killing Spike was already on the to-do list. Maybe it
Oh.
just accelerates our plans.
Going after Spike and the Iron Collective, I assume.
Feels like we might have to.
Well, just so happens I could possibly assist you with this. While I can't really spare the personnel or people to aid you, I do have a sizable airship that I could give you to use for your travels and other purposes. And of course, Jrusar now has a teleportation tower that will allow you to teleport to the major cities of Exandria, Nicodranus, I believe the Bright Queen's capital city as well, Amon, Vasselheim, and of course back here in Jrusar, and Ankarel as well. We finally managed to establish a teleportation circle there as well to allow people to come and go with a little bit more means.
What's the fee for the teleportation circle?
It is 100 gold per person, of course.
Per person? Per trip?
We're rich now. We're rich now. Calm down.
100 gold's a lot of money. You guys, we're nouveau rich. I don't think we've forgotten the
We're
value of 100
nouveau
gold,
rich.
have we?
We have a teleportation circle to all the major cities. Come on, we should feel thankful.
Technically, I guess Corinna could go and study it and figure out how to write her own.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to stress my luck. That hasn't been great.
Oh, I definitely want to stress your luck. That was a lot of fun last session.
Let's maybe pay the fee like once or twice, and then if everybody has like those helpful things that make you get extra rolls or whatever stacked.
I do have something for you, Fawn, that you might find interesting. Jaman walks over to a very large table. She pulls a book off the table that's, it's stacked with all sorts of reading material. After the Hand of Ord person brought me the message, I dug through some of the books that Percy had given me. This was one of them. And they hand over a book to you with the title, When the First Titan Walked, the Sand Followed.
That down real quick. Thank you.
Of course.
Shall I call you my lord now, or
No, Jaman Ord will do nicely. So your ship will be docked at the Ares Spire. It is called the Skycatcher. Feel free to use it. It has a crew of automatons. It does not require a living crew to function. It can handle up to 24 crew. It has a hull capacity of 25,000 pounds. It has 3 brimstone engines and quite a nice series of accommodations for the crew as well. However, it's been sitting idle for quite some time. It does not have all the necessary equipment for a proper journey depending on where you're choosing to go. No real defense mechanisms on board, no real supplies or maintenance equipment. You may want to consider hiring yourself an artificer to travel with you. They're quite handy when it comes to maintaining the broomstone engines, as well as maybe being thoughtful in the spare parts and other things you might need for your ship.
I thank you.
I guess when we kind of go into our groups, Karina will suggest that we maybe start with the Bright Queen, since part of what we wanted to ask her about was Deadsman Crater and, potential traps for Spike. And then this way we can go to the teleportation circle, Bright Queen, and then come back, take the skiff to the hamlet, and then to maybe Deadsman Crater to set up a trap. Does that feel okay, or do we want to start with the hamlet and then come back, and then, or I can do the teleportation circle from there, if we want to risk it.
The hamlet's a day trip. Going to visit the Bright Queen, also, teleporting there is quick, but what we need to do there is a bit. Perhaps we try and check out the hamlet first.
Okay, I will say I am a little concerned. So I'm a little paranoid of storyteller, because we know that there is
What did I do?
Well, no, there's an assassin close to the Bright Queen. And I don't know. My spidey sense is telling me that the longer we wait, something is gonna happen with that assassin that we know is there.
I mean,
But
I did alert her. I alerted the Bright Queen to the potential of an assassin in her midst.
Those sound like warlock problems, not my problems.
I'm very concerned that Regina will be sprung out before we can talk to her, but I think it's just me. I think I need to calm down, you guys. It's too much.
Or you're giving ideas to the DM. That's also one way paranoia works in D&D. When you vocalize your paranoia,
we get there.
No idea.
This magical notebook opens up, and a little pen pops up, and it just starts scribbling all these ideas down behind the GM's desk.
Can you remind me what's at the Heartmore Hamlet? Is that Karina's family?
That's Professor's portal.
Yeah, it's the potential portal to get me or Giancarlo back to Arona.
Oh, okay.
So I kept my mic off because the room is louder than I thought it was.
Hey, we can go there first, and I'm just gonna message the Bright Queen. Can you message the Bright Queen? Don't you let Regina out of your sight. There is somebody conspiring, I swear to God. But, politely.
I'll message the Bright Queen with my talisman that she has. I'll send her a message that, we're planning to visit within the next 2 to 3 days, with specific instructions to meet with Regina Greencloak, given the changeling we found, the changeling part of their cadre that we found and killed here. Knowing Spike is out there, Spike is also a changeling, and the other information that we gleaned from that group.
Can you make sure to mention
Reiterating that there was an
strange
assassin.
feeling like a great celestial power wants to wait up until the second we're almost there to then mysteriously make Regina disappear?
Yeah.
Okay,
Please.
thank you.
Please keep Regina under tight, close watch. Close watch.
Thanks. Okay. I feel better.
And so far, the correspondence you've gotten back from the Bright Queen has been one of curiosity towards your concern, as well as a assurance that Regina Greencloak is still in her infamous prison that she maintains within the Bright Queen's capital city. So yeah, as far as you know, she's still there and still under lock and key.
I have the shittiest feeling that we're gonna get there and it's not gonna be Regina, or Regina managed to like get a cutout, a life-size cutout of herself and put it behind bars. I just know.
Yeah, because that's more convincing than magic.
You'll get there, and there'll be a poster on the wall with a peeled corner. And you'll peel it back, and there's a hole behind the poster. And
It's something like that. Let's go to the hamlet.
So let's go hop on the skiff. I think after the last couple of months, I may be a little better at piloting this thing than I was originally. Professor, I believe you're the one that knows the rough location of this hamlet out in the Odoran Wilds.
Well, I was just told about the Heartmore Hamlet in the region. I've never been there myself. I thought we'd found a map to the rough area.
Right. Well, whoever's got the map, we can pull the map out, and we'll head to the Airy Spire, get our skiff, and be on our way. Any objections?
Let's go solve some mysteries, gang.
Go get in our green.
I do have a dog now, right? I've taken the time to re-summon my the homunculus servant. So because he was shattered from the last
That's true.
trying to spy.
So yeah,
I
that's
brought,
right.
yeah. So I brought it back.
Because Storyteller is a monster and literally killed a dog. All his fault.
That is so unfair. The dice did, not me.
Sure.
So Foreign will head up and start prepping the skiff if anybody else needs to go grab anything first. So I'm getting the skiff ready to launch, paying the docking fee because we had to pay the fee every time we get out.
Yep, there's that. The docking fee. That's always fun.
So, question for you guys. I don't know if it was ever really settled because of the one shot. When Giancarlo and that crew got here, did they come on his astral sloop or was it something else?
I would describe it as coming here on the astral sloop that is now under repairs in the Airy Spire, as it suffered some pretty cataclysmical kind of malfunction during the journey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get to be really pissed at my fantasy husband even more. This is great. Do not spill your water.
So does anybody want to do anything before heading over to the Airy Spire and meeting up with Forn, who is prepping the skiff for a journey to the Heartmore Hamlet?
Karina, buy some coffee and croissants for the trip.
Coffee and croissants. I love it.
Love that.
Well, that'll last us a while.
I feel like Giancarlo is probably trying to find some artificer to be like get some cannons for the thing or something. Just like I'm not planning anything. Just for protection of the stuff.
Well, the question is, are you guys taking the Skycatcher or the skiff? You're taking the skiff, right?
The skiff, yeah, just a day trip.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
The Skycatcher is the one that needs to kind of be retrofitted and kind of kitted out for journeys again. While the skiff is still just a small kind of fast-moving small airship for traveling within days worth of journeys.
Day tripper. I've got my book out. I forgot the name of it now. Of course, I forget the name of it when I go to talk about it. The Tome of Ingenious Crafting. I've got it out, so the Unseen Servant is helping me like prep everything and make sure the Brimstone engine's all up to par and wiping off all the dust and debris that is built up as we haven't touched this thing for like 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a while. Give me an investigation check as you examine the skiff to make sure everything is shipshape and ready to go.
Cool. That was a 19 plus 5 is a 24.
24.
Good.
Good first roll.
Somebody has severely damaged the engine.
Oh, come
Okay.
on.
So I'll is it something that I can repair with mending or that I'll need?
It feels like you need some arcane engine skills. The Brumstone engine is still functional, but all of the hardscape and all of the devices that make it actually work have been very purposely damaged and very purposely destroyed. Doing damage directly to the Brumstone engine would have caused a cataclysmic failure in the engine, and you get the feeling they didn't want anyone to notice what they did. Somebody who understands machinery and automatons and the understanding of gear work knew what they were doing.
I'm gonna try and flag down one of the security, the guy,
Well,
the
the
dock
caretaker.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the dock workers who's kind of wearing kind of the attire of the blue and gold of Ord, which is now the kind of more common standard of people that work directly for Jrusar, whether it's in the Ares Spire, the Smolder Spire, depending on who they identify with. Long, kind of curly hair. He's kind of got a mustache, and he's carrying around a kind of wooden tablet with some parchment paper on it, where he's kind of making notes. He sees you and comes over and, yes, sir, what can I do for you?
Hey,
Yes.
who y'all have trouncing around over here, taking parts of engines away? Come here and look at this. And
He follows you over and kind of, I don't know, they would have had to pass through one of our security unless this happened during maybe 2 months ago, perhaps. It doesn't look like it was recent.
right. Just what kind of security outfit y'all running around here?
Well, we didn't have any security 2 months ago.
Oh, hells. How am I supposed to get my skiff back up and running now then?
I don't know, fix it. And then he walks away.
Very unhelpful.
1-star review.
You get one Uber star.
I'm going to try and cast Hex on him for dexterity, just to make him trip off of the fucking skiff as he goes to get off. So I gotta roll to see if I can cast it first.
Yeah, it is a spell.
It's a first level spell.
Yeah, give me an 11 or higher. I'm gonna laugh if you turn into a hunk of cheese.
You know, a hunk of cheese sitting in a skiff in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I rolled an 11, so without my modifier, I think.
Yeah, you're good.
That. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's a wisdom save, or what is it?
Hex. No, Hex. Just it's concentration.
Oh, that's right. There's no
Yeah.
save.
But I'm hexing him for dexterity checks. So
Right.
like when he goes to hop off of this skiff, that he'll have disadvantage. It's one of those like you asshole kind of things. Nothing to actually hurt him.
And
but-
with your luck, he won't accidentally fall off a skiff and plummet 500 feet to his death.
I mean, I'll fly down and catch him. Come on.
I do like the idea of somebody like slightly inconveniencing you and then just like doing smite on them.
Well, Hex is a little friendlier than Smite, a little less.
I cast spite on you. I cast spite.
Spite, yeah. Change one letter. But it's one of those just, you asshole. Watch him trip over his feet, So,
I mean, you can give me an Arcana check and see if you can figure out the parts and things that you need for the engine.
Okay, yeah, I'll go for that first. And if I don't have it, I'm going to message the group that we got to find another way. That's not terrible. 13 plus 1 is a 14.
You begin to piece together that whoever did this not only did they know what they were doing, but they were very adept at how they did it. Oddly enough, they did enough damage to the point where it's fixable, and you identify at least 4 distinct parts that you need to find to repair the air skiff.
I'm gonna try and steal them off of other skiffs around.
Give me either perception or investigation as you look around.
Let's go with perception because I know that's better. 12 plus perception is 10, is 22. I'm a very perceptive individual.
I mean, to the caretaker's point, there are other skiffs that look kind of abandoned, like nobody's bothered with them. And as you begin to peruse, like some of the other skiffs that are some are even kind of stacked on scaffolding as if they had been so forgotten they've just been lingering in the background for a while. And that's when you begin to notice, like on one air skiff, you notice some of the wing parts are missing. On another air skiff, you notice like some of the steering mechanisms are missing. Someone a couple months ago came through all these, what they perceived as skiffs that might have been abandoned during that kind of 2-3 day period of time when things were a little bit chaotic, and managed to steal copious amounts of parts. I would say you spend a couple hours doing it, but you kind of rummage through these abandoned skiffs and you manage to collect all the parts you need to try to salvage or reassemble the engine on your guys' air skiff.
All right, I'm gonna, like, as I've got the last part, I'm gonna message the group with my, or not message the group, but message. I think at least 2 of you have talismans, and just say, you know, a little delay on getting a skiff together. Someone looted parts of our skiff. I'm repairing it right now. I may have come across some parts to fix it. Don't ask, but it'll work by the time you get here.
I can't believe somebody looted from us. That's so ironic.
Are we all just receiving this message being like, so Foreign stole the parts off of the ship?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say I stole them because, you know, we do have a lawful good paladin that would rat my ass out. I gave him plausible deniability. Okay.
That's fair.
I
That's
don't want to
fair.
accuse
Eritrea will definitely appreciate the plausible deniability. This is true.
Thank you.
Now, I didn't want to accuse Ford or anything, but this does seem rather like the time a Mothman stole my catalytic converter.
You know, a guy that used to work for me had his catalytic converter stolen from our parking lot at work in the middle of the day.
Oh,
In the middle of the day, with security
crazy.
roaming the parking lot. Stole my friend's catalytic converter off his car. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yikes.
It was
Anybody
crazy.
else want to do any early morning shopping before catching up with Foreign? Because he probably won't be able to have the skiff ready until late afternoon.
We think this is just a day trip, right?
Day to
So-
get there, do whatever you need to do in the hamlet, and then a day back.
I'll
Are
get
there any
picnic supplies.
potion shops? Oh yeah, I was
If we're
going to
going to,
potion shops or anything like that to help us on our journey.
Any particular potions you're looking for?
I mean, healing potions are always good, but I do like the idea of us having potentially some other polymorph potions if that's available.
Absolutely. You could easily find 2 polymorph potions that'll run you 5,000 gold apiece.
I'll take them.
Ooh.
Okay.
so, I just want to make sure, like, do I have a reason to? God, words are hard right now. Would Giancarlo come with us for this? Because the whole idea would be like, if he does, I'm going to kick him into the portal and send him back. But yeah.
I mean, you could ask him if he wants to come. I mean, I think the challenge is that you've gotten wind that there's an inactive portal in a ruin on the outskirts of the hamlet. The idea was just simply to investigate it, see if the map is accurate, and ponder if it has any function or value for what you might need it to do.
Well, do you guys want to bring a totally inconspicuous pirate Aarakocra rogue?
We love having Giancarlo around.
He's so nice.
He's so fun.
It's
Gives us
very
a little
pink.
joke. Gives us an edge.
So we'll say Professor will go to the bounty hunter shop and pick up Giancarlo from the bookstore or cafe. Is he at the cafe or the bookstore? I forget. Where's he working?
I thought it was kind of like a Borders or a.
Oh yeah, like a mixture of food and books.
Borders
Yeah,
with like a caribou coffee.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're taking me
Midwest
way
reference
back,
to
Alexa.
that.
You're taking me way back. I remember those days.
Full Starbucks in it. It's great.
I remember when books were on paper. You remember them when books used to be on paper?
Wait, it wasn't vellum in your day? They had.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Is this before or after papyrus?
Way before papyrus.
Ooh,
All right. Do we head to the Hartmoor Hamlet?
So with that, Eritreo's got his 2 potions of polymorph. Professor picks up Giancarlo. You guys make your way over to the Airy Spire, and you come across Forn, who is just kind of finishing up repairs on the air skiff. He'll then fire it up. You guys feel the air skiff for the first time in a long time, with the exception of Karina and Eritreo's travels out into the different areas of either the Hellcatch or the capital city of Ankarel. You guys are together on an air skiff, making your way down towards the river that will run for the entirety of the day in the direction of the Hartmoor Hamlet.
Whoa.
Yay. Do a unicorn and a griffin fit on the skiff?
No.
Some of them, right?
Yeah, we can summon them later.
I was going to say, technically you could summon them. This is true.
Yeah.
They would, but Karina has like 5 luggage for one day.
Oh god, you're literally what's the princess from Spaceballs.
The references in this group are so all over the place. Just like the whole breadth of pop culture.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. And it's Karina sitting on the back of the skiff.
Just open up,
I love
please
it.
send me an industrial strength hair dryer that you can't live without in your matched luggage.
The journey is a bit of a nice break from things because the lower portion of the Oderlin Wilds is more about long before Jrusar kind of came into existence, and its massive spires being the very center that attracted people to the Oderlin Wilds. It's still an ancient jungle with waterways, and the ancient jungle itself gets older and older the further away that you get from Jrusar. And the skiff is perfect for following the rivers and routes that are going to take you to the very edge of the Hartmoor Hamlet and to your destination. And you can see strange creatures down in the undergrowth of the palms and fronds and jungle kind of landscape that's all around you. It takes almost 2 hours before the feeling that you're away from Jrusar, because it's always these huge spires that just kind of dominate the horizon and the landscape. And before long, you're now in the dense kind of jungle landscape of a place that is very old, very ancient. Oh my God, that picture on his shirt appearing at that precise moment in the camera was epic. Yep, just like that. With a slight lean into the angle. Everybody give me perception checks as you're kind of focused in and kind of keeping an eye out. This is a bit more dangerous of a travel for you.
All right, do you want me to roll for Giancarlo?
Yep, he's your NPC, buddy.
That's fine.
I got a 23.
Ooh,
24.
nice.
12.
Eritrea always lost.
Distracted by all the stuff. 28.
28.
The
Have a
professor's is
plus
a 13. I'm rolling Giancarlo's now.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. His is a 6. 13.
You guys are just love struck looking at each other.
No, they're
This
doing
reminds me of that.
well, everybody else. Yeah, well, everyone else is like, all right, we got to be serious about this travel. Giancarlo and Professor Jamatros are at the back of the skiff. They got a little bottle of wine out, a little charcuterie tray,
Aw.
like a little basket of bread. And, they're just talking and laughing and enjoying a fine traveling meal and can't be bothered with this ancient jungle that can kill you at any moment. The professor's like, uh-huh.
Remembers the time when we went out together.
There was a time that we were chasing the big Tyrannosaurus Rex through the tunnel. And we killed it. And then we ate it for barbecue and had such good times. There's a moment where three of you get the sense that something large is stalking the air skiff. Like, while Eritrea, Giancarlo, and Professor are just kind of lost in the travel of either being busy or talking to each other or maybe reading through a journal, just being distracted. Melody, you get that. It's kind of that same feeling you got when you and Elith were kind of walking through the city streets late at night. And you just kind of had that feeling that, somebody was there. Or Karina, just this feeling of a presence. Foreign for you, there's no doubt something's stalking the skiff. But it feels very feral and predatory. At one point, Foreign, you catch a glimpse of a very large feathered creature. It was maybe 40 feet across on its wingspan, a very prominent raptor-like head, but its blue, green, and reddish colors and its overall size, you got the feeling that it was a jungle rock that might have been following you guys. Very dangerous, very predatory birds, but their eggs are worth a fortune. Their feathers are in significant demand by wizards who practice the making of spells, scrolls, and alchemy. It's said that a single feather from a rock could easily allow you to make dozens of magical quills that could be used for magical purposes.
You're down for a little fun. Like foreign is like doing this whole in Jurassic Park when the guy's setting up to kill the raptor, the clever guy, like he's taking all that time. It's like the 10-minute scene of him unfolding that gun, just getting it ready. And he's like, clever girl. It's like right there in his face. Yeah. That's what Foreign says that while he like kind of mutters it while he's getting his gun ready. I mean, I figure better Robert Muldoon than Quint, right?
Better Robert Muldoon.
Smash the radio.
I love it.
I gotta send you a picture of some shit later. It just reminded me of a thing.
If my senses don't deceive me, there's a jungle rock stalking us. Judging by your faces, Melody and Corinna, I'm going to assume that you felt it as well. I do want to say, if we could take down this jungle rock, the the feathers alone we'd be set for a while in our shop, without a doubt. If we find the eggs, even better.
Can we? It's such a scary, pretty bird. Could we maybe just find the nest and take some feathers there rather than trying to take the whole bird down?
We could try. More confused at how we'd find the nest without alerting the bird.
How far would the bird go from the nest?
From what you know, Foreign, they can travel up to 2, 3, 4 miles in territorial ranges. Their favorite thing is to hunt like jungle elephants, small raptors, small dinosaurs that kind of live along the edge of the river. The place is teeming with wildlife. You get the feeling this thing is following you because it might kind of sense that you are in its territory. It may view you as another jungle rock that might be kind of invading its territory, because these creatures are known to be very territorial.
We're perhaps in its territory is why it's come upon us. Now I can try if I can get close enough. I can try and speak to the animal, speak to the beast, but that might give up our game. I'll tell you what. Let me
look on Melody's face. That was so classic. Hasn't there been enough death and destruction? Can't we just get our own feathered beds from other places without killing animals?
Only
that give
brought
us
picnic
feathers?
supplies for one night.
Look, we can cook over this rock for a while as well. But the quills alone, I'm telling you, the quills alone of this rock will, if we, depending on how much we can salvage, the quills alone is gonna. I know we own the shop already, but it more than pays for itself. These are in high demand.
How intelligent is this thing? Like,
They're known to be quite intelligent, actually.
okay, so the professor and Giancarlo are both kind of like, this feels like comfortably close to like the most dangerous game. Like,
Is this a form of like murder for you as a fellow bird? This isn't hunting. Is this murder to you?
I mean, a little bit, yes.
Well, fine. Perhaps we can strike a deal with the creature. Let me try it out, and I'll activate the ring of fly, and like just fly up off the skiff.
Who's piloting the skiff while you're gone? Because you were piloting it before.
I mean, Giancarlo's a
I was about to say we have a pirate captain with us, right?
That's true. Giancarlo owns an interplanar sloop, so he could easily fly it. He's skilled in it.
Hey, Pinky, why don't you take the reins here? And I'm like, Bourne's like tightening up his collar and everything, and he activates his ring, and the skiff takes off, and he's in the air.
As we like zoom past you, I'll be like, "You got this, Bourne. Don't ruffle his feathers," and give you a bardic.
I love it. Bardic inspiration for that one.
That's a D10, 8,
D6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, she's multi-classed.
And Karina will throw a muffin at him if there's a bargaining chip with a bird.
A 60-foot wingspan bird, but yeah.
Yeah.
Those muffins were expensive. They're good, I promise.
The professor's going with you for, if at least partially for backup, and partially like on the off chance its language is similar enough to ours that I can understand it and help communicate.
So I'm gonna go up in the air, and I'm gonna try to cast Speak with Animals?
As you bamf off the ship and then use the magic of the ring to kind of fly up into the arbages of the canopy itself, you can see a section of the canopy of trees that is like hanging really low and down. And as you come up out of the canopies, you can see this bird is now perched on the edge of a massive ancient tree and is kind of looking down at the air skiff that Giancarlo is now kind of circling in a long pattern to give you time to potentially communicate with this rock. You're now hovering midair, staring at it. Its huge beak and face kind of come up and look right at you, and the beak kind of tilts, the head kind of tilts. Its feathers kind of ruffle, and it's weird because it's like imagining in your mind you've seen small birds do this, but to see such a massive creature do it, it even sends like a breeze in your direction. Like you could feel the wind kind of, flow through you and around you. Your flying ability kind of, you get buffeted a little bit from the creature, but it seems interested in you. It's just kind of staring at you.
I rolled a 15 on my cast for it, or for Speak with Animals.
Okay.
So it's a level 1 spell. So I beat that. Yeah, just on the roll I beat it to be able to cast the spell.
It is considered a very wise creature, but not an overly intelligent creature. It is considered a monstrosity. You've dealt with these in various forms, but it's always been said that of all the rocks, depending on where they live in a particular environment, that the jungle ones, while wiser, are also known to be a little bit more intelligent than the ones that live either up in the mountains or cliffs or out in the deep deserts, depending on where you are.
Hello there, friend.
You speak, friend. I do not know, friend. What are you? Who are you? Why are you here? And why does your mother bird leave you behind? It kind of ruffles its feathers, kind of shaking everything over its form. The entire tree kind of crushes under the weight and then kind of straightens back up again.
I'm Fawn. As to what I am, that's a more complicated question. Suffice to say, I look most like an elf.
Sylvans. I am familiar with your kind. They have been known to nurture our wounds.
Are you wounded?
Of course not. I'm fine. You watch as it reaches down and rips the massive head off of an elephant carcass that it has down in its claws, and you watch it as it slurps half of a 2,500-ton animal down its throat and kind of does that mama bird kind of swallow and then shakes and takes its claw and just kind of rubs at its beak and settles its ruffled feathers again. I ask you, why does your mama bird leave you behind?
If she didn't leave me behind, we wouldn't have this opportunity to communicate.
Opportunity? This is a word I'm not familiar with. Communicate, yes. Tell your story. Ask your question.
Oh, wise one. We were passing through on our way to a nearby settlement, supposedly. I get the impression perhaps we may have come into your territory, and first I'd like to apologize for the trespass, not knowing that this was your ranging grounds.
Apology not required. I am not hungry anymore. That should help you.
Wonderful. Now, it is said that the quills of your kind make for some wonderful magical instruments.
Butchers, killers, murderers. seek our feathers. Are you these?
Not normally, no.
Not normally.
He's not lying.
Yeah, I'm going to need a
Absolute lie.
persuasion.
But
I mean, he's not
today,
super
Perception
intelligent,
check.
but I'm definitely going to need a persuasion check on that one.
Sure.
Okay, while he's doing that, I want to just fly up behind him and just punch him in the back. Just shut up, whatever you said.
Persuasion, that's a 14 plus 6, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I do not know this word normally. You either are or you aren't.
I am a hunter, same as you. I do
Aha,
hunting for
You
my...
are prey. I am predator.
damn.
Hey, even the bugs hunt other bugs, correct?
I would see you as a bug. This is true.
Fair. So, if you would be willing to part with some of your molted feathers, you are far too strong for me to make an attempt to try and take them from you, and I would accept it as a gracious gift, and if there were anything I could give you in return, I would be more than happy to offer.
You offer friendship and life. You could have tried to kill me and take what you need. I will agree to this. You and your mother bird can follow me to my nest, if you'd like. And it lifts up into the sky at like full wingspan. The massive tree recoils, just kind of shaking back and forth.
I assume
And you watch, yeah, like you watch as the creature bursts up into the air and starts flapping its wings and taking off towards a clump of really tall and dense kind of jungle canopy that's maybe only about half a mile in front of you.
So I'll message to Eritreo with the talisman. Come pick me up. Let's follow the bird.
Giancarlo slams the skiff around, flies up underneath you, allowing you to kind of land on the surface of the skiff. The skiff then picks up enough speed. The rock is very fast. It never quite slows down enough for you to catch up to get super close. There's always a spread of distance. Before long, you're kind of in the heart of these trees that feel absolutely ancient. You can see down below, maybe 200-300 feet down below, where the breadth of the river kind of meanders by this huge clump of ancient trees, and built into the boughs of these trees, this very well-built nest, this massive nest that's like 200 feet around and all interlaced into the different boughs of the trees and jungle canopy. And you can see it is very much kind of overwhelmed with lots of detritus that this thing has collected. The furs of the animals that it has picked clean, bones tucked into the boughs. Everyone give me either perception or investigation as you feel the air skiff kind of stop at one of the nearby branches, one of the thicker branches where the branch is like 10 feet across, easy enough for you guys to step off onto and walk towards the nest if you choose to.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you
I
said
got a nat
perception
20
or what
for
was the other one?
24.
Either investigation or perception.
Okay.
After all that work, I finally rolled my nat 1, so that's an 11.
No.
But I'm going to throw my inspiration on top of it, see what I get.
Gotcha.
That's
right,
plus 3, so
Jeff,
that's 14.
That's an 8 on my end.
I
8.
got 22.
Nice.
The professor got a 21 investigation. Giancarlo got like a 9.
Yeah. What'd you get, Melody?
A 24. I got nat 20.
Nice. Very nice.
Can I ritual cast detect magic?
Absolutely. Yeah. And we'll say you did it during the sprint towards the nest so that once the air skiff gets at the nest, detect magic is now up for the 10 minutes, comes into existence. This bird appears to be male. You see no signs of eggs or a kind of instinctual brooding kind of behavior. This bird settles on a large branch beyond the nest. And you can tell that it's making clicks and hoots and sounds that Thorn seems to understand. It sits perched, watching all of you with a bit of curiosity and maybe a little afternoon peckishness in its face, but it kind of finishes the last of the jungle elephant that it brought back with it. And that's when you begin to realize the nest is so massive that it is laced with the detritus of its kills and things that it finds. But also interwoven are varieties of feathers that are in various states or conditions. It's tail feathers alone that you can find amongst the leftovers of its nest are, 5 feet long. Some are 6 feet long. Some of the pin feathers and chest feathers and wing feathers. The wingtip feathers, which rarely molt and rarely shed, are by far the most valuable. And I'll say with that group effort, you guys recover 3 wingtip feathers during your search. Melody, you also find humanoid skeletons kind of interwoven into the various parts of the nest. Some look old, some look like, how owls swallow things whole and then regurgitate the remains that they can't.
So we found some rock pellets.
Yeah,
Pellets.
but rock pellets are like the size of boulders, because depending on the size of the prey that it consumed, there's even one rock pellet where where the skeletal face is pressed up against the edge. It's just like staring at you as you walk by it. But Karina's near you, so the two of you kind of walking together, you can't help notice, Karina, that there's a bit of an enchantment magic that is emanating from that kind of grisly remains of that person. You get the feeling whoever that was, they've got something magical on their person.
It's that big long sleeve plastic. And
Yeah, you grab my little
Well,
knife.
it's not rock poop; it's regurgitation. So it's a little bit drier and more desiccated, not nearly as stinky.
as my role was pretty awful to look at anything, I'm gonna kind of look over at them, and turn back to the rock. Where's your mate?
I have not found one of my kind for a long time. They have not ranged towards me. I have not discovered them. My kind are rare.
When was the last time you saw another of your kind?
I do not know time. To me, time sounds like the rising of the sun and the dropping of the moon. Maybe more than hundreds of those ago.
How many winters, if you could think of that?
Oh, well over 100 winters, perhaps. We live solitude, but we live long lives.
If perhaps I was to come across another rock and send them your direction, what kind of boon might you grant us?
What kind of boon might I grant us? I can grant you the ability to leave without being eaten, of course.
That is well accepted, yes. Look, insect though I am friendly to nature in most cases. I come from the Fae myself, which is a unique place.
Was a unique place.
It still exists in here for me.
Ah, dreamer. You think of a world that no longer exists. That is very interesting. You don't take time to look at what is in front of you. You have bravery and brave enough to communicate with me, an ancient creature of the canopy. But to be so foolish as to think anything of the Feywild still exists is very unfortunate for you.
I know shards of it exist. I've experienced them, but I do understand, as you insist, that the Fey as we knew it no longer exists.
It is a place I can no longer go to. I no longer have access to. Once, a long time, as a young rock, we used to travel and play there. An archfey once gave us guidance when we would go there.
Do you remember the name of the Archfey?
I do not know names. I know kinds of what you are. You are Sylvan. Your other friends appear to be creatures of skull and bone and creatures of prey and predator. Although the one that looks like an angel, I do not understand their purpose. But I might say that the pink one looks rather tasty.
He might burn on the way down, if you know what I mean.
I do not. Perhaps I should find out.
Maybe another day, not today.
Of course.
Now,
Deals and bargains, deals and bargains.
what would you say if I could perhaps introduce you to an Archfey?
You could introduce me to an archfey. I believe that would be a conversation I'd enjoy very much. It's been a long time since I've done that.
Here, and I'm gonna take one of my tokens and place it on the branch where I am, and try and nail it down, try to just stick it real tight on the branch. I've placed this token here. It allows me to be able to see from this place, but I intend to use it as a beacon for my friend who is an archfey. That he
Beacon?
might
A light, of course. A light, I understand. Magic. You are magic.
a little, but that he might use this as a locator to be able to come here and speak with you.
I would love that very much, very much. Melody, as you and Karina could see, Foreign is going back and forth with the rock. And you guys are kind of examining the leftovers of this poor unfortunate soul, trying to figure out how to get into whatever magical item might be there. You can see Professor Jabatras and Giancarlo over by the skiff, where it's like at the edge of the branch, so that they could kind of keep an eye on things as well. Professor Jabatras, you see it almost about the same time that Arrow Trio sees it, kind of mired into the winding nature of the nest. You can see a very strange looking cylinder or container. It looks to be made of like a ceramic with a stone lid, and it seems to have engravings on it. It is definitely curious looking.
I'd like to make my way over to it, just kind of, looking at the rock, just like, I am harmless. I do not wish to offend you, great bird person. Just want to take a look at this.
The large rock kind of looks over at Forn, and then you hear squawks and bleats and, sounds that you can't really disseminate.
Okay.
Forn hears, your baby bird seems injured. What is wrong with it? Why does it move that way?
That's a loaded question. There's a lot of things wrong with it.
Oh.
But he's here with his mate. So they're
Better to put suffering down than to allow it to suffer, don't you think? Shall I help you out with this?
No, I can handle that myself.
Oh.
He's more of a mixture of bird and being like myself. It's they're not common around here for sure.
Strange creatures that you travel with. Strange.
Is it? Can I see the cylinder?
Not from the angle that you're at, because you're kind of up in the rock's face, kind of. You know, and the rock would have introduced himself. His name is Archon.
Okay. I'll call back to seeing Professor and that whole conversation. I'll call back to Professor. Hey, where are you going, Professor?
There's some kind of interesting cylinder that's embedded in the nest. Eritrea and I spotted it. I was going to go over and see if I could take a closer look, maybe free it.
Turn back to the rock and just tell him there's some container they found over here in your nest. Where would you range to pick up all these items? Just in the area around here?
River, in the undergrowth of the canopy, wherever I choose to range. And you watch as he suddenly goes kind of like alert. His neck arcs up. His eyes seem to stare off down below the canopy and down towards the river. You watch as it leaps up off the limb, and all of you feel the wind pull at you as the rock leaps up and disappears down into the under canopy of the jungle.
Right. Well, that was odd.
All right. This rock eats a ton of people. We should get moving. Quickly, I think.
Yeah, Elijah's Melody's like pointing at that. Eritrea and Professor Jabatros are like pulling this 3 foot tall by 4 foot around like porcelain ceramic cylinder up out of the interior of the nesting. Eritrea, it has Azamar writing all over it, like all sorts of Azamar writing etched and kind of carved into it. You could see what looks to be like these metal couplings on the bottom of the cylinder that are broken, like it was ripped off of something or broken away from something that it might have been attached to. The writings are mantras or kind of celestial sayings that are designed to allow people to say these sayings as if they're trying to connect with the celestial plane. It's almost like you found some kind of ceremonial device or ceremonial altar that's been taken from somewhere.
Can I fully decipher specifically what they are?
Yeah, give me investigation or religion, your choice.
Probably religion.
Okay.
That is a 16.
16. It is a protection ceremony for the purposes of protecting the gateway entrance of a celestial temple.
Can I determine what temple it is?
There's no particular naming. There's no celestial temple in the sense that it's celestial writing. It feels like protective wards, ceremonial wards, as a way to protect the entrance to a celestial temple. But it's one piece of something of a greater whole. So this particular piece doesn't seem to really name anything particular.
Have we, meanwhile, sort of cut our way through the pellet that had the enchantment stuff emanating off it?
Sorry, I was reading your guys' comments. My God, you crack me up.
Well, and the jungle rock flown off. The jungle rock has flown off, right?
Yeah, it's for whatever reason, it's flown off and it's descended down towards the river and the under canopy of the trees. Melody and Karina, you can give me strength checks with, to see kind of like peeling your way through into the pellet. And
Uh,
the cap of the cylinder, Eritrea, is a stone cap. This thing feels hollow, like there might be something inside.
do we both need to do strength, or can maybe one of us do strength and the
One
other
can do strength, and you can give her advantage on it if you'd like, as you both try to peel it apart.
All right.
I'm clearly messed up by this, and I'm gonna fly down and chase the jungle rock.
What?
Oh, interesting. What'd you get, Melody, for your strength check?
Is it just a straight strength check and not like athletics or something?
Correct. 'Cause you're just
Then
trying to
14.
feel. 14's good. I mean, I put the DC as a 12, so
Alright.
you and Karina managed to kind of like peel it apart, and femur bones fall on the ground, and a rib cage falls on the ground, and then rattling out of the middle of the pellet is a very kind of it's a long spear that's got like a metal shaft, and it also has like this kind of ivory spearhead on it. There's a golden chain that seems to wrap down the shaft, and there's some kind of indigenous feathers or nomadic talisman hanging off the tip of the staff. This feels like something that would belong to a nomadic traveler or even a nomadic river traveler.
If we have an extra 10 minutes, I can do identify.
Okay. And like as you guys peel the spear out of the pellet, and all of a sudden, all four of you watch as Eritrea goes to the edge of one of the tree limbs and immediately dives off. His wings come out, and he begins to chase after the rock that has descended down into the river.
What in hell?
Freyo.
I'm gonna run after him. He can't be going out there by himself. I just dive off after him.
Okay,
And-
so you follow him.
As Sporin comes after me, I'm gonna say, I need your help talking to the rock, to this jungle rock. How did he get in possession of this container?
All right. We got to find him first.
As the two of you hover up in the air, drifting fast down towards the river, he's actually pretty easy to find. You could see him sitting on a sandy embankment of the river, and a massive 50-foot long alligator has been pulled out of the river, and it's been torn in two. And you can see that it is currently slurping down chunks of meat and organs of the alligator. When it sees the two of you, kind of, it watches as Eritrea has to drift because he can't really fly or hover. It's more of a glide with his wings that kind of glide him to a 10-foot position in the air. And Forn, you kind of hover there as well. Why do you follow me? Predator hungry, prey seen. You good luck.
I understand. My friend here, the angel.
Another baby bird. Yes, the angel.
Yeah, he found something in your nest, and he had some questions about it.
What questions? There are many things in my nest, and I don't take it personal when I eat people of your kind, I hope.
And
I really get what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm very deferential. Just I don't take it personally either. I don't mean to be offensive in any regard, but how did you come across that large cylindrical container?
I relay that message.
Yeah, a great storm passed through my territory many years ago. Many trees fell, and this great rock and granite place opened up from these fallen trees. And this place offered up shiny things that I found interesting. So Archon, that is me, in case you forgot. Archon thought these shiny things were interesting. So I brought some of them back to the nest, of course.
He says there's a big storm, some trees fell, and one of the trees that fell opened up this place with a bunch of shiny stuff like that inside of it. And so he brought back some pretty shiny things.
Where was that place?
Long river, bottom of the waterfall, at the very edge of where the water gets angry and falls into a deep pit. From time to time, I hunt there.
How long ago was this?
Would I
Many winters ago.
could I roll a survival check to see if I know what area he's talking about?
Sure, go for it.
Would it be survival or yeah? That's 15 plus 6 is a 21.
South of the Hartmoor Hamlet, there's a river that runs directly into the mountains, which would be west of Orladum.
Mhm.
You get the feeling he might be talking about that area of the mountainscape. There is a waterfall located there. It's called the Angel's Weeping.
Trey, I think I might know roughly the place he's speaking of, the waterfall. That sounds like a place that I've heard about. So perhaps I could navigate us there after we find the hamlet. We haven't found the hamlet yet, though. But looking at the map and listening to this description, I think I've got an idea of where we should head to get there.
Thank you, Thorn. Thank you, Archon.
Of course.
You're a magnificent being.
Of course I am.
Who should be revered. And
Of course I should be. I'm bigger than you. And he clamps down on a huge section of the alligator and like leaps up into the air. Both of you feel like the drops of water and blood kind of raining down from the chunks, and he's slowly flying back up towards his nest.
Any chance we can cut some of the leftover skin off of that alligator?
Oh yeah, the other half he left. He doesn't care about it. He got the half he wanted.
He
left the head, the rib cage, and the upper body organs behind, and he took the lower half, and the massive tail is what he mostly took.
Well, like a 50-foot alligator is more than I think we can fit anywhere, but at least cutting off a big chunk of like the rough back skin.
I mean, you can give me a nature check or a medicine check to figure out how long this might take.
I'm trying to cut off like a square section of it that just to roll up and throw in the
Sure.
In the you said nature check.
Yep.
And you're gonna get the brains for Karina, right?
Ooh.
All the information you get by me eating that alligator.
We can get from this alligator.
That's a 13 on nature for that.
Yeah, suddenly Karina starts channeling Placid Lake.
Betty White. She's Betty White in Lake Placid.
Yeah, she's Betty White in Placid Lake. Yeah, be epic.
Placid Lake to know if I should be offended or not.
It's a great.
I'm just feeding the alligators. I'm just feeding the pet. You know,
It-
she leads a cow out to the freaking water, and the giant alligator comes out. And, oh yeah, great.
If you haven't seen that movie, it's a lot of fun to watch. It is a
Yeah.
lot of fun to watch. What'd you roll?
13.
13. I mean, it takes you about a half an hour to cut off like a 5 foot by 5 foot section of the skin.
I'm looking
It takes-
specifically like the tough back skin too. So.
Yeah. So you kind of cut off a big piece of the back skin and gather up like about 5 pounds of alligator meat as well, because it's edible. It's
It does
food.
taste like chicken. It's just tough.
Yeah, just, put it in a magical pressure cooker, break it down, break the tissue down.
Yeah, I'll roll out the portable hole and drop that in real quick. Roll it back up. Right, you ready to get back up there?
Absolutely, Thorn. Thank you for coming with me.
Do I need to like carry you back? Can you fly or glide? If we like pull.
Why don't you carry me just to be safe?
All right, it's gonna take a little longer, but
I feel like Eritrea does it on purpose, just to be carried back.
All
I'm,
right,
trim-
well,
I'm trimming. I'm like filing my nails as he's carrying.
I like lean over, like, come on, hop on my back, you know.
So with Eritrea and Foreign gone, Melody, Karina, and Professor Jabatros and Giancarlo still being back up at the nest and where the skiff is. Karina, after kind of examining that spear, but just as you're about to go into that ritual of doing identification, you notice that the cylinder that they were kind of both hovering over and wondering what it was also gives off a magical kind of aura about it, but it is not a school of magic that you recognize. The aura of magic tells you that it's a magical item, but there's no sense of it being divination, transmutation. You don't really understand its school of magic, and normally Detect Magic would tell you that.
That wouldn't be the first time that we've had that experience either.
Yeah, last time it was in the there's the stone heart that was given to Eritreo, which doesn't really identify itself. And I think there was some other things that you've come across that have done that before as well.
The book that killed Eritrea.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so this is like universally bad, basically.
Well, it's just not a school of magic she recognizes, so she has no way of really identifying the magic that's kind of attached to this cylinder.
Does the spear kind of tell us what it is?
Yeah, the spear is a spear of recall. Whoever possesses or uses the spear, when you throw the spear at a target, it automatically returns to you. It is a +1 to hit, +1 for damage, and any target that is hit by it will take an additional 1d8 cold damage when struck by the spear.
And the cylinder, does it tell me anything at all about it? Can I kind of delve into it a little bit?
Are you going to try to identify it?
Yeah.
Okay. Foreign, by the time you and Eritreo get back to the nest, you can see where Melody, Professor, and Karina have gathered near the cylinder, and Karina just finishes wrapping up a ritual identify on the cylinder. The cylinder does not identify as well. It doesn't give you a hint of how it identifies or what it's connected to. It's kind of just an empty vessel in your mind and doesn't really give you any information.
Weird.
What's weird?
I relay everything to them.
Okay. So everything that she learned about the spear and the cylinder and detecting the magic and the fact that it doesn't identify.
Also in Detect Magic, do I get a sense of... with Identify, do I get a sense of who the spear belonged to? Like what...
It's definitely a nomadic traveler spear. I would say you would learn enough about it that it hails from a nomadic culture that would be in the Penegrip Sands. Which is like 3-4 months travel from here.
Oh, wow.
It's like the talisman or the feathers and chain that hang off the head of the ivory spearhead. That's kind of typical to the cultures that live in the Penegrip Sands.
Okay, interesting. I guess I relay everything to them, but I'm going to ask them about... So you guys have been talking to that bird for a while. Like, what's that? What was that about?
You guys have now watch as the bird has landed as well and is currently consuming half of a giant alligator.
I think he'd be a better friend to have than your little half-dead thing floating around, but he seems very wise. Look, I'm just saying, this thing is massive and kills stuff, but he's a good guy. And I did offer to introduce him to Bragsworth because...
Why?
The rocks used to be able to travel the Fae, and he did mention that he used to speak with Archfey, and they used to be guided by Archfey. So that's
Were
why
you-
I left a talisman up on the ledge there, so that I could communicate to Bragsworth to search for that item to be able to get himself out here to commune with the rock.
Were you able to ascertain more information about the Archfey? Like, what did it look like, and who it might have been, and how they meet?
So the rock seems to only identify us by what we are, and doesn't know really. It knows its name, but it doesn't really identify things by their names. I mean, he looked at you all, said y'all flesh and bone. He called me Sylvan. He called him an angel. But that's really how it identifies things. I couldn't get much more out of it, but he did say that he hadn't been back to the Fae for a while, and that the Fae no longer exists, which I know we know, but
with me summoning Bright Quill, do you think that might help? I mean, he's at least partially, he's more of a bird than I am.
So I told him that, we know of pockets of Fae that still exist to some degree, but it's not the Fae as was the Fae previously.
Can you see if you can ask him, or if we have an extra 10 minutes, I can ritual cast Talk to Animals. But can you ask him if he can maybe remember if the Archfey, how did he know it was an Archfey? If the Archfey wore a specific color? Any information he might be able to relay about the Archfey could be critical for us.
I can ask. It just seems that he senses that off, like I don't know if it's sight or smell or some other kind of detection method, but yeah, certainly I can ask.
The Archfey, he said he had met the Archfey like a
really
long
time ago. Yeah,
since before the Fae was shattered.
Correct.
Yeah. Seems well before that ever happened.
Still,
he says he hasn't seen another rock like himself, a female, in more than 100 years.
poor thing. But still, if he met an Archfey, that's...
Well, to be fair, he said a female of my kind, is what he said.
Female of his kind, yeah.
All the dudes are just like hanging out. That's okay.
They're like the Ents, they lost the Ent wives. Lost the rock wives.
Also, can you casually see if you can ask him if he's seen a changeling before? I can transform, but I don't know how he'd react to that.
Archon, if I may interrupt your feast.
Slurps like half the tail down, just slurps it down. Archon, yes, you can ask.
My friends have some questions of you as well. One of them being, first, how you recognize the Archfey, and how you differentiate, how you tell which one's which.
It's the power of what they smell like, not so much what they look like. They always smell power. They smell like predator. They don't smell like you, like prey.
All right. Unnerving, but that might set my friend off. It's okay. I'll relay that to her later. Also, are you familiar with changelings, shapeshifters?
Never heard of such word. What are they? Are they gods? Are they prey? Are they predator?
So I'm going to point at Karina. I'm telling him, but I'm going to point at Karina and be like, my friend here, this friend here is a changeling. She can transform herself. Karina, would you show him?
Has it been long enough that I can cast Talk to Animals? Has it been 10 minutes?
Not yet, no.
Just give me like 5 more minutes. It takes me a while to transform after a big breakfast.
I mean, you could just cast the spell. It's a level 1 spell.
I don't have the spell. I only have it as ritual because I have my tome, my dark tome.
She's a little shy now,
Performance anxiety.
They have, they have all gray.
This conversation is going. Can you talk about someone else?
They have all gray skin, some strange looking eyes. They don't really have an identifiable form when you see them. It's very
Sounds like worms.
Oh, thank you.
that she might not like that, but I think she may be able to talk to you here in a minute as well.
Fine. She can talk to Archon. At that moment, your spell kicks in, and you can hear Archon respond to Thorn by answering his question.
Hi, Archon. So you saw.
Oh, you speak language of predator. Nice.
You have you first of all, have you seen anyone that looks like this one? And I point to Melody, or this one, and I point to the professor before.
I do
One and
not.
our trio.
I do not find them familiar at all. I find the one called Fawn familiar. I've seen elves out here in the jungles before. Travelers from the great tree cities are here sometimes as well.
Interesting. And you've seen an archfey.
Yes, more smelled than seen.
What did it
Definitely.
smell like?
Power.
What
Predator. Smells like predator.
Predator? Can you add anything? Did it smell citrusy? Like winter predator, spring predator? What type of predator?
Magic, I think, is what it smells like. Magic and power, like all predators. Magic and power.
What was the predator doing?
Traveling between worlds, of course. He's Fey, Archfey. They control the way between worlds.
Controlled the way between worlds. Traveled between worlds, controlled the way between worlds. Were you able to see him or only smell him?
I saw him. He spoke of a gate. I think that's how your kind travels between worlds. The magic of the plane that separates places from each other. That's the magic I use. But he used magics that forced him through gates.
Forced him through gates. What did his gates look like?
Oh, I think your kind calls them ruins. Old ancient structures.
Old ancient structures. And you spoke to him.
Oh, we spoke to each other many times, and very often when he would travel between the veil of his world and my world, up until 10 winters ago, when he ceased to come back.
10 winters ago. And can you take us to where he moved between veils?
No, too close to the village of fishers and too much prey on the boats. Don't like going near the village.
Can you tell us how we might be able to find that place?
Now fly along the water, you'll find it.
Do you recall any visual cues about what this archfey looked like?
Oh, I believe she was female. Beautiful long hair of blue, green, and gold. She had a great emblem of a circle around her neck. She wore magnificent silks of yellow and blue and strode and stride like someone of power and predator. She was stunning. She was perfect.
What did she tell you? Why did she want to talk to you?
She said she had all the time in the world, and she found me fascinating. She said that to speak with something that was so beautiful gave her great joy.
Did she ever tell you why she was waiting there?
No, that never arose. She would come and sit and speak with me, and then I would travel back with her to the Fae. And there we would sit and talk in the great crystal coves and mountains of the Fae, then I would travel back here with her.
That was 10 winters ago.
The last time I saw her was 10 winters ago, maybe more, I don't know.
And she hasn't taken you to the Fae since its collapse.
Yes, I believe that was the last time I was there.
Did you ever see her answer to a name?
Names! Names are a cage. Names are things that the Fae and the Archfey feel is a form of imprisonment. I have no idea what her name was. I, in fact, named myself Archon because that's what she called me. I have no understanding why, but I liked the name, so I kept the name.
Did you ever see her with anybody else?
No, nobody. Just her. He slurps down like another big chunk of alligator meat.
Thank you, Archon. Final question. Have you seen a creature that does, this? And then I kind of transform through the entire cast of Lord of the Rings, but,
Right. Ah,
No.
yes. I do recall someone like you. She went by the name of Regina, I believe was her name.
Regina, where did you see her?
I saved her from a great creature that tried to eat her, a great lizard of great size that was chasing her. I dove on and killed it, rescued her, took her to the outskirts of the village that I don't like to go to. She tracked me down many moons ago to thank me for what I had done. And in return, I showed her secret places, and she showed me secret places. That is why I built my nest here many moons ago. Not seen her in a long time either.
Interesting. Why did you choose to build your nest here?
Because I wanted to.
You said
Predators always build nests close to prey. And he watches the rock like bends in really close, like his huge face gets like within inches of yours, and then kind of ruffles its feathers, and a chunk of alligator meat kind of falls off the beak, and he kind of
Yeah. What places did she show you that are secret?
I don't know. She called them secret. I don't care about places. I have my canopy. I have my eye on the world below me. Everything else is just opportunity for a chance to relieve hunger.
I understand. We can help. I'm bringing out one of the muffins. It's an expensive muffin. It's a good muffin. It's a flavor.
He does the eye blink at it. What is this?
This is a very valuable prey food from our world. It tastes like something called blue raspberry, which does not exist in nature.
I don't think you ever talked to animals, proper animals, before, have you?
Blue raspberry, yes. And I'm willing to depart with this very valuable muffin. If you help show us the secret locations Regina has shown you, if you want, you can even just fly there, and through gaze of two minds, I can see what you see, and you can just show us that place this way.
Give me a persuasion check on that.
And I'm also going to... I don't know if that's going to work because he's an animal, but I'm going to try and... do I have charm?
Charm is charm person, though. It doesn't work.
Charm person.
I do have compulsion, but that feels a little aggressive. So I'll just try and do persuasion.
Okay.
You're usually worried about getting eaten, and you're talking about trying to compel a rock to do something.
That's 21.
21?
That might already clear it, but you are probably close enough to Treo to add guidance if you want.
For me.
Yeah.
It can't hurt. Honestly, he seems to have a lot of information for us.
I mean, you needed to beat an 18, so
Okay.
the DC was an 18. I would say there's a brief moment where you feel your mind connect with Archon's mind, but I need you to make an intelligence save.
Okay, and I said Gaze of Two Minds. It's actually going to be Beast Sense,
Okay.
which
It's just fine. Either way, you're trying to establish a connection with him, so this is going to expose you to something, so I need you to make an intelligence save.
+4.
okay, that's a 16 plus 4, so that's a 20.
Dirty 20. As Archon leaps up into the air and swoops away from you and heads down towards the river down below, you feel your mind like overwhelmed with a series of memories that don't make sense to you. Your mind is overwhelmed with psychic echoes that rebound inside your own mind. You'll take half of 46 points of psychic damage.
46 points?
Yeah,
Really?
half of 46 because you did make the save. So you'll
Oh,
take 23 points of psychic damage. Those of you watching Karina that is kind of like connected with her beast sense with this creature, there's a little trickle of blood kind of erupting from her nostril from the like sudden shock of what she just discovered about Archon. Archon is a true polymorphed fae.
Ah,
Whoa.
what?
And that as your beast sense tried to connect, it found a wall of fae existence.
Holy
And
shit.
in beyond that wall of fae existence was this fae person of almost androgynous form. It was hard to tell if it was male or female. You're not sure. You pushed through its psychic barrier to get into a beast sense mode with it. Unfortunately, it is not a true beast in the sense of the words. This person at some point in their past was true polymorphed into a jungle rock.
Yikes. So I don't see. Can I at least see a little bit of the memories? Recognize anything?
The memories are dissonant glimpses of a lifetime of a fae entity that has existed for a long time.
Does any of it feel familiar? Does it feel...
Not at all.
I'm gonna turn into an Aarakocra and chase after him and try to detect thoughts because we need that information. We
I mean,
can't...
he is fast. He's going to outpace you.
Okay, I'm
He's
gonna
fast.
call to him. I'm gonna message him. Is he in range?
I would say he's purposely gone out of range. And by the time you change into your Aarakocran form with the intention of leaping off, there's this feeling that he probably is avoiding you on purpose.
Okay. I relay everything to everyone and say, we need to get in the skiff. We need to go. No, God, I think we might have missed her. I'm going to see if Beast Sense has anything in it that says that I can maybe still... And it's not a beast, though.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not a true beast.
But Thorn has a token attached to it.
No, it's on the
No,
tree
it's in the
branch.
nest.
No.
Yeah,
okay,
he placed it
okay.
in the nest.
But we have his feathers and we have our Campus of Locate.
Your compass of locate, yeah, you do have the feathers and you do have the compass of locate.
Is it, Corinna, is it wise if it looks like he's been avoiding us now, is it wise that we chase?
I have Expeditious Retreat that can make us
let's
Pastor for 10 minutes.
I love how you're asking her if it's wise, and she's like ignoring the caution and going right to the spell. That'll get.
If this is a that has been true polymorphed, we don't know if it knows that it had been, and if it is, which it is.
If you
And-
scared it and the beast is scared, a beast that size is scared, we may end up in a fight. And it's not a fight that I want to have, given that I was ready to shoot the thing while we were on the skiff after having spoken to the beast. This is
I'm
not
not
a
saying
fight
to
I
fight
want.
it. It's not even a beast.
It's not. It is a beast right now. It thinks it's a beast so far as it knows it's a beast, and you're going to chase it and corner
I'm
it.
going to do
Think like
expeditious
how
retreat
a
in the middle of this conversation and fly the fuck after it.
So, Morgan,
In the
You
moment
guys
it's
watch
been-
as Karina in Eric Okran form, just like so. Expeditious Retreat is a spell,
It's a spell.
so you'll have to make a casting roll.
Am I still near Treo enough to get that 4?
You have like you know your stats. Your stats are good. There's no way you could really screw this up. It's like
Oh, I don't know. There may be Karina stats, but there's Tally's dice rolling. These
but
are
it's
two.
not a high. It's like a level 1 spell, right?
So here's the thing. Warlock stats are bizarre.
Oh
Technically,
yeah, you got to do it at
Level
level 5.
transmutation, but it's a level 5th casting roll.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fully understand how that works.
But you have to be to 15. But your spell attack is like 12, right? So you
My
have to
spell
roll better
attack
than
is
three.
plus-
Wait, like
I think it's +8
It's +9.
or +9.
You have
Yeah.
to roll better than a 6. The odds of that are great.
Okay.
My
fine.
spell attack is not that high, and I've cast every spell I've tried today.
It's an 8 + 9.
So
Yeah.
17. You're good. So as Expeditious Retreat comes into existence, you kind of quickly bounce off the nest and begin going in the direction that you last saw the rock go towards.
No,
Eventually, you pass quickly out of sight of the others.
Sorry,
I'm-
guys.
I'm gonna turn back. Like, look, I'm gonna try and message Artagnan. If she says this is a fae, an archfey, even, he definitely needs to know about it.
Or not. I don't trust that bastard. I don't trust any of them bastards.
You're not there. You're
yeah,
gone.
but you're a changeling hating changeling anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm a fae loving fae. Okay, so and you're not.
Okay.
I activate my token just to send the notice to Bragsworth / Artagnan that we've come across a true polymorphed fae, archfey even.
Well, he didn't
here-
say he was Archfey.
or a true polymorph fae.
Just a
sorry.
Fey, a creature of the Fey.
Here in the Odin Wilds, and I've left. I tell him that I've left a token here for him that he can scry or whatever means to locate this token to get to the nest where the rock resides. I'll also describe. I'll add. No, I would have listened to it because they were having the conversation. I'll describe to Artagnan the fae that the rock described,
Okay.
the archfey that the rock described, and I'll try to after that. Can I roll a history or something to see if I recognize maybe who that was?
Yeah, you could try. I mean, no guarantees.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been in the fae before, so not necessarily completely unknown.
I mean, you're kind of connected with its destruction, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, I before that I lived there a little bit. That's with history or arcana or
I mean, it sounds like history.
history. Okay, 16.
While he's doing that, can I try a thing?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I want to pull up my Feather of Commune and ask Rimnus a couple of questions.
Ooh, I'll say while that back and forth is going on with Karina, you would have done that. What are your questions?
Is this one of your creatures? Because he's
And
a
you
god.
You get 4 questions?
3, I think. It's a
3?
normal communion spell. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I can do
normal
it 3
community.
times a day, but I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
This is not one of mine.
Do you know anything about his past?
This is not one of mine.
And I'll just reserve the last question on the off chance that it's a big bird guy. I didn't know if maybe he would have instinctively been like, oh, okay, eagle god.
Well, that confirms to you he doesn't believe it to be a true bird.
Yep. Okay, so I'll just reserve my last question.
Okay. Foreign, as you send that off, Karina, you're now far below the nest, chasing after in the direction that you believe that the jungle rock had gone. Suddenly there's a flash of energy in front of you. A portal opens right in front of you. You feel a hand firmly grip onto your arm as Artagnan in his true form grabs onto you. You feel a sense of overwhelming power and a sense of overwhelming anger. What have you done?
Oh, fuck you. Keep flying.
He's got a firm grip on you. He's using a Fey ability to hold on to you. What have you done with Archon? Is he injured?
He's injured? I didn't do shit.
Then why are you bothering him? Who led you to him? How did you find him? What are you doing here?
He found us when we were passing by here. I don't need to answer shit to you. You are not my archfey. And you better let me go before I fucking...
He pulls you into the portal and disappears with you.
God damn it.
Right into the portal. You guys have been at the nest now for half an hour, and Karina has not come back.
For what it's worth, I didn't tell him about other Karina. I could have told him that. I didn't tell him that.
I mean, to be fair, all you really did is told him about running into Archon.
Yeah.
You didn't mention Karina at all.
Right. I'm saying Karina hates, apparently, Artagnan.
I think Karina hates anybody that pretends to be more powerful than her.
It's, yeah. It's unbelievable. Really, she likes the group because they saved their life and she came out to you guys. But you should assume that if you meet anybody, she hates them.
She truly is an anti-hero. I'm waiting for the hero part to... All right, then she's just a villain.
If you guys were 10% less nice, Karina would have been much worse.
Oh my god! I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt.
That's nice.
If you
eventually
less morally good, Karina is going.
I mean,
it's a collective average situation.
Eventually, an hour goes by and Karina doesn't come back.
Where Melody can't, she's like the only person who can't fly, so she's like stomping around the edge of the nest looking down like, where is she? Karina!
Do you have a token with her, Fawn?
Yeah, Karina does have a token, so I can burn my token and try and see where she is.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
All right, I can't communicate with her after that.
We do have the stone of standing though.
With her instead?
We do have standing stones, so if you guys just want to call me.
That's a good point. Yeah, we could call her.
Yeah, I who has the other sending stone?
Me.
Is there any limitation? Is there any limitation to your token?
The token is range is the limitation, 10 miles.
You have no sense of your token. It's beyond your range.
Do standing stones have a range?
Sending stones have a limitation. They will only work if you're on the same plane of existence.
Dang. Maybe evil is like stayed behind.
I gave it to either you or Professor.
I feel like I have it.
Yeah, I don't think I do. So
I think
it sounds like it maybe won't work if.
Yeah, like Eritrea, you reach for the stone, you activate it. It doesn't seem to be able to connect to the other stone, which tells you the other stone is not on the same plane of existence as you.
I can't sense the token either, so I don't know where she's gone.
Nobody's saying it, but I'm going to. I think this might be Karina's final hurrah, you guys.
No.
I mean, Corinna didn't listen at all.
Yeah,
So I tell you, don't chase it.
about it.
So we know. Well, okay. So we know like she's okay. She's not like dead in a ditch somewhere because there would still be a token, right? Like we
Yeah.
would still see her.
If
So
it
like
was on
she's
The fact that she's not with, she only just left, like she
Yeah.
left, she's been gone for an hour. There's no way she could have traveled 10 miles away from where you guys currently are.
so she's
So-
like she's on another plane or something, or like she fell through a plane or gate, or like someone snatched her or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
What do we do?
we can. Did she take the compass with her?
Can you, Treyo, do you have scry?
Trail?
Yeah, I'm just double checking my spell.
sorry.
Yes, I do have scribe. Yes.
You gonna try scrying on her, maybe?
Once again, another limitation, same plane of existence.
Is scry only the same plane? Dang it.
You guys, it's okay. You should do the thing that we set out to do here.
Well, is it too much metagaming to say, like, at a certain point we would call Artanian and be like,
I mean,
Karina,
Warren would
who is
be
this
able-
rock guy because he might have abducted Karina?
I mean, you could potentially put two and two together. I mean, Forn said that he was notifying Artagnan or Bragsworth, who is Artagnan, in regards to this rock that you had this conversation with, and then now suddenly she's missing.
Orn, this is your fault. Not to blame anyone.
Hey, you know, you
Guys,
could have been eaten by the rock, or you could have been captured by Artanian. I mean, I think captured by Artanian is a little better than food in a rock's belly.
I'd rather be eaten by a rock.
Warren, can you give Artagan a call and just see like if he knows anything or he's seen anything?
Yeah, I'll try to reach out to him again.
All right.
I'm going to try and message Artanian. You know, our friend was chasing after Archon and has been gone for an hour now.
There's like right in front of you on the edge of the nest is a flare of light, and Artagnan steps through a portal, and he looks very upset.
What?
He's not in his Bragsworth form. He is in his Archfey form.
Yeah, so I mean, instinctively, Forn like kneels down, even though he told him last time not to. It's just
Don't patronize me.
instinct for Forn.
If you're going to lie to me on your feet.
Lie to you? What are you talking about?
Why are you and your friends interacting with this creature? For what purpose?
It chased us. We were on our way to Hartmoor, and this started chasing us.
And why are you going to the Hartmoor Hamlet? What is your purpose there?
The two lovebirds over here need to go home. There's supposed to be something about a planar gate, perhaps in that area, right, Professor?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It seems like this might be one of the only active ones on this plane.
We're just trying to send them home, or open the gate to send them home.
Archon is special. Archon is important to our kind. And I've come to find out that one of yours has broken through his psychic barrier, causing a memory of his former self to leak into his existence. This is not something that me and the others planned for.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that means.
Like, how are we supposed to know? He just looks like a bird.
Well,
was
he
talking
is
to him
a
like a-
very large, dangerous bird.
Yeah,
And
and
of
he's
course-
super chatty.
Well, yes, he can be. It's part of the problem sometimes. And quit changing the subject, Melody. You do this all the time. You and your potty girl demeanor drives me crazy. Reminds me of Jasta. Look, I know that the 5 of you are naturally... Oh, now there's 6. Of course. An Aarakocran pirate that looks like a flamingo. Why not? Anyways.
Looks like what is
We're all in agreement. Let's hate on him.
Well, looks like I am a pirate. What is wrong with you?
I think you
I
said
gave up the pirate life to become it's like my true passion. But you, sir, you deserve none of my shit.
You are a homeless fae. What are you doing here? Artagnan just kind of looks at all of you. Do me a favor, because we do each other favors. He reaches into the portal, pulls Karina out of the portal, sets her in front of all of you. Leave this one alone. And he steps into the portal, and portal closes behind him.
I always knew he was a little bitch.
Are you okay?
Karina is livid.
why? What fae would this?
I will say this, you guys can make a group insight check because this is a subtle clue to prove something else may be more true than you thought.
Yeah. So
Plus a D4, right? Because we're
Yep.
all right.
insight.
Giancarlo rolled a 21 insight. Let me see what the professor gets. My insight's bad.
16 plus 4, so 20.
20, nice. Good.
14?
22.
Nice.
I got a 21.
Nice. Look at these 20s.
We're so insane.
25.
Ooh.
Because I got +6 to insight, +4 from you. So
Yep.
25.
No, that's right.
Well, keep in mind, does that mean you rolled a 4 on the D4 for the check?
Are these a
Because-
plus? Here, I
Well,
rolled-
plus
It
4
was-
is
for
I rolled a
saving
4,
throws.
yeah.
It's for saving throws. It's straight 4 because it's
Right.
paladin aura, but for
but otherwise it's guidance.
Okay.
checks, it's
Well-
a D4.
Yeah.
Yep. I rolled a 4 that
Okay.
time. That time.
What'd you get, Professor?
14 for the professor, 21 for Giancarlo.
Oh,
Nice, Giancarlo.
There was the conversation you guys had about the possibility of a fae or an archfae that might be connected to Karina Prime. This proves that fae creatures may be hiding in other forms, but true forms, which limits the ability of people to find them. You get the feeling that Karina Prime is true polymorphed.
Oh,
And that might explain her fey connection, her fey existence, and that she might actually be an archfey that was true polyformed into her current form as a means to keep her protected. Just like Archon was changed to keep him protected. As a group, this pretty much proves that possibility to you.
Corinna. I'm not going to tell Artanian this secret. It's not mine to tell. But I need you to understand that I'm first and foremost, for the Fae and the preservation of the Fae, and if it's possible, the returning of the Fae.
I appreciate that. I respect that. I think even though we're not necessarily on the same, we do not have the same priorities or necessarily are exactly aligned, we do seem to respect each other's goals. please do not tell him that. I have made it clear, but I don't necessarily trust that he would care for the person that I care about's well-being, if it serves his larger purposes.
But let me reiterate, Artanian also is for the Fae.
Yes.
His anger at you is because you endangered the Fae. You
His anger
endangered a Fae.
might also be that I am meddling in his very secret affairs, and this notion that this creature needs to be protected from itself is very convenient. I understand your trust in him. I do not share that trust.
Who told us that we need to protect Corinna and not tell Corinna about her true origins? It wasn't Artanian that told us that. This matches that situation. That's what I need you to understand, Corinna.
It doesn't matter if it matches it or not. The other people said that in doing that, she would be hurt.
Exactly. What do you think Artanian
No,
is thinking?
that they are waiting for her. They are waiting for the Archfey to, and I quote, be born through her, and that in doing that she will die.
Spike is hunting the Fae. Spike is hunting people like me, people like her, and I point to Melody.
Yeah,
we know this.
Technically, he wouldn't mind hunting all of you because you all help the Fae out.
Yeah.
So
but,
yeah,
I mean, originally it was just tracking the Fae.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I think the fact that the group we said seemed invested in keeping Corinna alive and ignorant of her situation, I agree that she needs to be kept ignorant of it for now, but I don't necessarily think that if those groups, the Bright Queen and Corinna's, and the Iron and Spike are in combat with one another and supporting different factions, even if they have a similar methodology of hiding the Fae from themselves, whatever that means, they're not supporting the same people. They don't have the same grand plans for reinstating the Fae.
Born is going to walk up to Corinna and put his hand on her, put his hand on her sleeve and cast Identify. Try to cast Identify.
On my sleeve?
On you to identify you. Because what you've just described, in his mind, what you've just described is something that is not out of line with what the Changeling Cabal was trying to do anyway, was trying to consolidate and keep that power. And now he is concerned.
He's trying
although we've killed one of these Fey Cabal, are you one of them and have...
Well, I think the real question is...
Corinna casts command on you and makes you kick your own ass.
I would say the real question is, has Corinna ever does anyone know your true name or the true sense of your true purpose? Has that ever come out in any of the conversations or any of the back and forth for Corinna?
No.
I don't think it has.
She's very secretive and would not just sit there and have Identify cast upon her.
Yeah, she'll resist. She won't allow you to touch her.
Yeah.
I mean, I can roll to attack.
Okay, good. We're fighting.
I can roll to attack to hit her to cast the spell, right?
I mean, you could do an unarmed strike.
That's what I mean, to contact.
But you'd also have to do a spell casting roll at the same time.
Yep.
She'll hesitate, take a step back from you, which forces you to be a little bit more aggressive.
No, I'll do you one better, because I've got my homunculus servant with me, right?
Okay.
I can cast a spell through that.
Right, but the servant still has to touch her.
If I'm coming from her from the front and it's coming from behind her.
I mean, she knows you're a sneaky bastard. She's going to be on the watch for some kind of trick.
I'll still try to roll for an unarmed strike.
That's
not
fine. Go
for damage, but for contact.
Right, for contact.
I'm gonna cast banishment on him.
No.
Yeah, try.
Four. Four.
I didn't hit. I didn't hit for sure.
Okay. So as you reach for her, you step backwards, Karina. If you're going to do banishment, that's a spellcasting roll.
It's a spellcasting roll.
Yeah.
It's a save of charisma 16.
Oof, my charisma sucks too.
Yes,
Well,
I know.
before you do well, this proves your charisma sucks. So before you make that save, though, Karina, give me a spellcasting roll.
I still get the +4, right?
You get the D4.
No, it's not. No, you only get your spell attack modifier, so you get your +9.
Which is So
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah, that passes.
charisma what?
DC
So
16.
16.
You do get a +4 because of the saving throw.
no,
I rolled a 16.
yeah.
Like I rolled exactly 16.
So
I have
for
a-
everybody else, there's this like
I have a
tense.
+0 to charisma.
There's this tense, awkward standoff between Karina and Forn at this point.
Hey,
So
whoa, guys, cut it out. We do not have time for this right now. What the hell is going on?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try ambush prey, which turns me invisible. If I get the spell off, it turns me invisible, and then I'll attack with advantage to try and touch her again. So roll my.
If you went,
roll my
if you
check.
went invisible, I would cast see invisibility.
Okay.
It's a.
A lot of spell casting, a lot of wild magic potential going on around you guys.
I rolled a 12 for the.
I feel like Trio, Professor, and Giancarlo are just kicking it on the skiff. Like, oh yeah, they do this shit all the time. It'll work out. It always does.
I rolled a 12 which is it's a second level spell. I rolled a 12, so that makes me invisible, and
Okay.
then I'll have advantage on my unarmed strike.
I can
What'd you-
see you, so I will kind of try and just body block you. I'm not trying to hurt
Yeah,
you.
Melody will block your ability to touch Karina because she could see you.
Okay.
So to
So
touch to touch
I
Karina
ended up-
means you'd have to get through Melody
Okay.
to do it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, Foreign and
So
chill
what would I
out.
need to do that?
So I
This
feel
is
like,
one
for
of
the
those
premises-
moments where this feels like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like this
I
feels
think
like a
the premises-
bad idea to you.
Chasing the rock was a bad idea too.
Yeah,
It
it was. And look at where you got yourselves into.
Yes.
It was a necessary idea. They're blocking us every step of the way. And he knows.
Yes, they are. Person who's blocking us right now.
So, just
I don't
because
know if he's
I
doing
Well, hold
really
on.
feel like,
What are you doing, Prep? Jabba, what are you doing?
I
Okay.
just feel like this whole situation, Giancarlo is literally sitting there with like a giant kettle of kettle corn they just made. Just like, this is the most fun I've had in months.
He could be cooking
This
all
is paid. Do they wrestle and do they get a prize for who wins?
I thank you for bringing me to this. This is wonderful. And Professor's just sitting there like, oh. But yeah,
Yeah,
if Melody wasn't already, I'd be trying to
how
break
would
it
I-
up.
As this
How would I
tense
need to
moment
get my
kind of
knowledge?
as this tense moment kind of like is kind of just happening, all of you feel a rush of wind. And part of the tree canopy begins to bend over a significant weight as the massive bird has returned. And it hoots and makes noises. But I don't know, how long does your ability last for? And is that something?
I'd have to recast it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it is acting very aggressive, as if to want all of you to leave.
Okay.
No.
I'll recast. I'll try at least to recast Speak with Animals real quick.
Go for it.
Ooh. Hang on. Spell attack. Oh, good. It's a +6. So just barely got it. I rolled a 6 plus 6, so that's 12.
That's 12.
That's why I said, ooh, I was like, oh, I might not have got this one off.
I was looking for that D100 chart there for a minute.
I was getting there. I was almost there. Yeah, 6 plus 6 was 12. So Archon, you're back.
And you will leave.
Can I use this
We
opportunity
will leave.
to use my the Jamansa org signet to read his mind, the creature's mind?
Did you not? You never gave that back to them?
Nope, they let me keep it.
That's right. They did let you keep it.
So I can
So-
charge it today.
So
and
it has two. Yeah, it has multiple functions. You can either detect thoughts, or it's going to get a wisdom save. So are you going deep into its thoughts?
I can do it twice. So the first one I'm going to do surface level, and then I'll do it again, and I'll do deep thoughts.
Okay. The surface level thoughts are one of annoyance and anger, is what you're picking up on.
Do I pick up on specifically what is making it angry other than us?
No, it's just surface thoughts.
Just surface thoughts. So now
You're going to go deeper?
I'm going deeper.
Try to.
We're going to finish there because when we come back next week, you will be rolling for initiative.
Oh no.
Damn it, Corinna.
And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
We need to get to the bottom
Corinna
of
is not
this.
fighting this bird. I might shoot Corinna at this point.
Karina might shoot you, okay?
Yeah, but we know your roles.
Oh god, no. Carla, we can do a full Mexican standoff. We have enough to do.
The way this
No,
is
no.
just
In where we're from, we call that a fromage standoff, of course. A choice of fromage, yes, is what we do. So you're going to run Giancarlo next week then. Holy moly, that was... I love it when you guys write this story. Like, all I did was put something in the middle of the travel. You guys did the rest. I didn't do anything. So that was awesome.
Yep.
That was pretty epic. I love that kind of role play. That is so much fun.
We need to get to the bottom of this. This is
No,
a huge deal.
Karina needs to get to the bottom of
I
it.
feel
Everybody
like we
else
did get to the
was
bottom of
ready
it.
to move on.
That's crazy.
This could hold up. Like, this could be huge for us. This is really important.
This is important for Karina. But Karina's like, us, we, together.
Yeah,
It's important for me. And this guy.
You guys go ahead and linger.
important
We'll talk about
for
the schedule. Everybody else, we will see you next Sunday. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game. Good night, everybody.